looking at
Like
it.
it's as if like you're
We're
there's
live.
a
We're
we're
live.
live.
We're live.
We're live.
We are live.
You know, okay,
Hold
I'll
on.
I'll go after.
We got intro.
Got intro, yes. Can't hear the music.
Oh, you can't?
I can.
Okay, well, we're stopping there. There. We're going to start that over
So
again.
so while you're starting over, one of the challenges of having doing the two bald guy shows is we keep getting reflection off our bald head and face and glasses. So we need to fix that.
Well, I have a whole lighting set, and I got to figure out how it works. I just don't have time to play around with it. So I go all rookie. Okay, I am restarting the intro music for Mark's niece. Come on. There we go. Tell me you can hear it now.
Now I can hear it.
Beauty.
Two bald guys and they're talking about hockey. Two bald guys and they're talking about hockey. Two bald guys and they're talking about hockey. Two bald guys talking about hockey. Two bald guys and they're 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 talking about hockey. And they're bald. And there's hockey. Hockey.
You know, Steve, I think we have the best intro of all hockey shows on YouTube.
I have told my brother-in-law that he should actually like market that, like like make them for people that do, because it's actually like really, really
It's
freaking good.
amazing. I love it.
Like I'm like, he's got hundreds and hundreds, well, probably thousands of people that run podcasts
Yep.
that have either shit music or no music.
Yep.
500
And
bucks. Like he did it in a few hours with one of his buddies. They were over playing. Like, and he's a professional musician, right? He's a professional drummer. Like,
um,
like,
I'll
dude,
tell you, it's amazing. I love it.
so do I. But anyway, hey everybody, welcome back. This is not one of the two guys we had last week. It is the actual in-person Jean.
Yes. It's until we make it big on YouTube and we make a whole lot of money, I still have to work for my real life, my real job. So
Yeah, that sucks.
sometimes it takes me away. So,
We're not allowed to quit our jobs yet.
no,
Our wives have drawn the line.
exactly. Until you start making money, you're still working. So we'll keep hacking at it and see if we can start to do that.
I'm
So
just posting.
today we're going to talk about the trade deadline in the NHL and the DCHL. Uh, we've already talked about the expectation. I think there's a lot more trades than I thought would happen. First of all, in the DCHL, and there's big trades happening in the NHL. So that I find that that's pretty interesting to see. Uh, I didn't think that Seth Jones was going to get traded away before the trade deadline. I thought that was a summer trade and
And,
got shocked last night.
and
So,
wow, like that was huge. Like I gotta say, like I actually like what Chicago got.
yeah,
Probably more than what Florida. Like,
because you can't win if you don't have a good goalie. Like you don't have a shot.
yeah.
And being an Ottawa Senator fan, I will tell you, they've proven that over and over again. So
Since
if you
Craig
have
Anderson.
mediocre to average goaltending, you're not going to win. So
Oh, no, no
I
kidding.
think Spencer Knight is going to be quite the catch for Chicago.
Oh,
So
I'm
and I don't know if you read, Seth Jones only told because he had trade restrictions. Even
Mhm.
though he asked to be traded, he said to Chicago he would only go to Dallas or Florida. And Dallas said that they weren't interested, so it was Chicago, it was Florida only. So
Wow.
I think Kyle Davidson did pretty well for only having one trade partner.
Yeah, but the condition on the first is pretty weird too, right? Like it's
Well, it's because they had a condition on it already from a previous trade.
oh, okay. I missed
It's
that.
yes.
What was the previous?
Let me take a look here.
Uh, yeah, I thought that like I mean it's Seth Jones going to Florida is a great pickup for them.
Condition trade on August 18, 2022. So it was a lot two summers ago.
Uh,
Oh, was it the uh Brady Kachuk trade?
or Matthew Kachuk?
Yes, Matthew Kachuk.
Don't you
Duh.
dare say that. You
I
wash your
know.
mouth out with soap right now.
Yes. Please hit me over the head. Yeah, the Matthew Kachuk trade.
Oh, okay.
I I believe um I'm trying to see to
That
find a
would be
trade
the
tree,
timeline.
and
Huberto and
I think there was a trade included on that the transaction.
so some trades today in the DCHL,
Yes,
including a three-way trade.
I love that, eh? Because it takes work to do that.
Well,
It
and I have to give, I'm going to give my props because I was involved in the trade, but I think Trevor and Kalen, I mean, probably Trevor was probably the linchpin in it that kind of made it happen.
hmm
But, and I'm sure he was motivated because he wanted Keandre Miller, which, I mean, who can blame him? But I mean, it was great working with them. I like you never felt like you were getting jerked around, and I hope they didn't feel that from me either. Like I thought the three of us kind of
hmm
everybody like there were a couple moments where it was like, do you want to throw in this? And I'm like, no, I don't want to throw in that. I think at one point Kalen wanted the Buffalo first round pick in there, and I was like, until I know where that pick is, I really don't want to trade it. But I mean, I'm happy to get Jonas Broden, and I think Kalen's happy with what he got. And
I think that you guys like it was a fair trade, and I think that you made a good trade because it didn't it cost you a lot. So
yeah,
um,
and I appreciate the retention on Broden. And shout out to Zach for taking Gostisbehere so that it could happen too, and releasing the the conditions on the second round pick that was involved in the trade. So,
and that cost you a third, right?
well, I got a third back as well from Zach. A third from see, I think the third this year isn't as valuable as the third next year.
But you gave up third in 2026,
Yeah, and I
and
got a third Detroit's third this year.
okay,
So I got a third, gave up a third,
okay, yeah,
but like
and
I think there's more value in the third that I gave up than the one that I got.
and I will tell you, for a guy that speaks to Zach on a regular basis, the value of Zach owning your draft picks is huge for him.
It's going to give him hours of entertainment.
Exactly. Exactly. Now that he's got your second or your third this year and your first this
Whatever.
year, and now a third in next year, oh my God, he's so happy. Like he won't trade them away. That's the only thing you won't trade away is your draft picks.
Well, he's traded away my first, but then he traded back for it, right?
Yes, because he was missing it.
He was lonely. I just have this image of him in bed right now, curled up with my first round pick, snuggled up.
Exactly. He
His
was going
wife
through
rolls over and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever, honey.
he
I
was
got what
going
I need
through
right here."
withdrawal and anxiety, not having your pick.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good trade. I'm gonna call up the other trades because there was probably bigger ones, I would say, um, that were more interesting, we'll say. But a three-way trade is always cool, I will
Yeah,
say.
I love the three-way trade.
So, Ja, you dipped into the Zach pool and made a
Yep.
trade.
Yeah, I did. Well, he reached out to me, asked me what I wanted for the my Utah first round pick this year, and I told him I wanted I think, well, what pick do you have? Does he have of yours? I wanted that pick, and he's like, nope, can't do that. That's how I found out how much he loves your picks. So and then I said, okay, give me your Boston second next year um and his pick in 2027. And the reason why I did it is well, multiple reasons. Is I have too many prospects, and now having that many draft picks was, starting to add up, and I need some actual rated players on my team. So even though I'm not competing, I'm rebuilding. I need some rated players on my team. So that's why I pushed those draft picks back, and hopefully the Boston and Seattle pick will be lottery picks in
I didn't
2026,
realize that you got
2027.
this 2027 second round pick. Like that's
Yeah.
way away.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully there'll be lottery picks.
And hopefully that meteor that's heading towards Earth doesn't hit between now and 2027, right?
Exactly, but I'm still going to be in the league if Meteor hits
That's
back
right. Well,
back
we'll
then.
be in our bunker.
Exactly. What else are we going to do?
Okay, and I gotta say this, like, interesting, Zach's trade of Jonathan Quick to Detroit. Now I know Detroit needed desperately needed a backup goalie. They were not liking the results they were getting from, is it Rodriguez or whoever the guy is, some
Yeah.
AHL scrub I've never heard of.
And I think he was also running out of games, right?
Yeah, he only he needs six more starts, for 6 or 7 more starts for his backup.
So,
So he gave up a third round pick for somebody to play backup for him six or
well,
seven times.
it's not going to be backup. It's going to be almost a starter
Well,
that he's going to play because, yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to be,
here I'm gonna flip over and we'll do the math because he's got Marc-Andre Fleury.
yeah. Fleury's
And
going to be able
Fleury's
to
played
play.
49,
Yeah.
so he's
So
only got 16 left.
16, and Detroit has
Well,
60 games.
yeah, so 15
So,
starts total, or sorry, 22 starts total.
yeah. So
Six
that
six of which would have to be
so
other than.
so 6 of those starts are going to be losses, pretty much,
Well, not
right?
now with Jonathan Quick. I mean,
Yeah.
he's better
They would
than,
have been losses. So
and
to
he's
me,
looking
it's
at the fact that he's in a playoff race, and
yeah. So I think to me, it's a third, like it's expensive, but third round pick is, you know,
for what he's got at stake, I guess he really wants into the playoffs this year.
yep.
So
So once you're
okay,
there,
and Parker Wotherspoon and 4 million for Jordan Eberle.
okay. I don't understand that one because he's retained 50%, hey?
Yeah,
So Is Witherspoon worth anything?
I don't think so. let's
So,
let's uh let's hockey DB him because like I've heard of him, but I don't know anything about him.
and if he's going to retain on,
Oh, he's played 35 games in the NHL this year. -7. So he's gonna have a bad uh
he's going to be 78, 79 rating
yeah. Maybe well no,
at the
probably
most.
77 or 78.
Yeah, at the most 78.
Yeah.
So he he
With a
got,
low DF. He's gonna have a low DF. It's gonna be
yeah.
like a 67 DF. I mean,
So,
we can look
and
this
he's
up
gonna
right now.
have, he made less than $1.6 million for Eberle. I don't know. To me, like, you hold on, somebody's gonna come up with the $4 million and a third or fourth round pick. That's my opinion.
Let's look right here because I can check and see what his ratings will be right here. His DF rating next year will be a 52.
So
This is not somebody you want to pick up.
no, it's just a contract.
Yeah.
So Boston did really well
Yeah.
getting Eberle.
Well,
That
Eberle is gonna be like he's out of the league or you know.
No, he's back. He's playing in NHL games right now.
Oh, is he?
Yep. He came back not long ago, but he came back.
Okay, well, $2 million half retention. Like, I don't know. I feel like Nashville should have gotten more
So do
than
I.
Parker Witherspoon because the
So
four
do I.
million would just cover the
It
buyout.
he made 1.5 million on the deal.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, I don't know. I don't like that one. Well, I don't like.
no.
I don't like it. I guess because Boston gets better, but
Yeah.
and I don't need that.
Eberle,
Okay, huge trade, Mitch Marner. Huge
yes.
trade
He did much better on that one.
than he did on the Nathan McKinnon
Uh,
one.
yes. I like Eric stepped up because he got a really good player for a long time. I think also Marner is doesn't he have a RFA rights?
He had okay. Nashville had sent in the RFA sheet before this trade was done.
So
Eric did confirm with me that that it had been done and what the signing was. I did look at it. I did process it today, but I mean it is
so so he's getting Marner for 6 years, I would assume.
5 years
Yeah, 5 years, five and
plus
a
the
half years
rest of
this
this
year,
year.
rest
Yeah,
of this year for 5 years. So yeah, you're gonna pay because McKinnon was only 3 years, right? So I
yeah,
see the
and well,
difference.
and the max signing bonus was paid by Nashville, so you're also getting that, right? Like you're
Yeah.
getting that value as well.
So I think that but I think Neil did well on this deal. Um and but I think Montreal got the player that they need to be able
Well,
to
they're
compete for a
looking
long
really
time.
good going into.
This, remember, also he's gonna have Macklin Celebrini at minimum
950.
wage for the next 3 years, so you can afford to have Marner at 11 million.
And Celebrini's going to be rated better than Connor Bedard next year, I would
No,
think.
Celebrini's having an amazing year as a
Yeah.
rookie. So
Oh, you want to explain the Washington Sam Renzel trade for me?
I know that because I tried to acquire Sam Renzel from Gage in the past, and he always told me that he was a fan of Sam Renzel. So I understand that, but Gage, to me, that's two trades that he's made that he's overpaid for.
Huge. I think this is a huge overpay.
Because not only did he had your pick that he traded to Seattle for Vancouver's pick, and he got nothing else.
Okay, no, that was okay. Because I asked about that, and apparently my pick was the one that was supposed to be in this trade, I think.
Okay, okay. So either way, so you gave a first and 2/3 and $2 million for. He might be a top four defenseman, but I don't see him as a top two.
No, he's a
I
top
don't see
four.
him as a top
He's a
pairing
middle pair
defenseman.
guy. He's a middle pair guy.
Yeah. So to me, I know you like him, but that's a huge overpay. And that's two trades, two of the last couple of trades that Gage has made that I think he made a huge overpay for.
Yeah.
So I might be wrong in the long run. I just
Oh,
think that at the
see, I think you'd
time,
be tired in the long run.
so he, yeah,
Okay,
I
so this
think,
gets us back to the Goudreau, which we talked about last week.
okay,
Did you watch last week's show?
yes, I did. So,
Okay. Okay, yeah, no,
and did you guys talk about my trade, the Rasmus Sandin? Because I can't remember if you did.
that's just Sandine. I don't. No, we didn't. No,
So,
we talked about how Zach lost money on the because he spent 3 million to get Goudreau, but then he got 2 million back on the trade, so he
but
lost
you
a
got
million dollars.
Tarasenko.
Yeah. Okay, but what's he going to do with Tarasenko? Unless he can trade Tarasenko,
I don't know. He will trade
whatever.
Tarasenko. I'm willing to bet on that.
Well, if somebody will pick him up, I think his contract he's worth a lot. Like he's got a big AAV.
Yeah.
He'll
I'm confident he'll be able to do that.
well good,
So
or maybe he'll just keep improving his team and moving up the standings. And
that's that's one of the things he keeps saying also. Because I own his draft pick, he wants to do better. So
uh,
we'll see what happens.
okay, and I think that's about it. Do you want to talk about the Rasmus Sandin trade?
I
I
just
like what
like
you got.
so Montreal made the offer, and I was like, when somebody, you get to make an offer, you look at it and you're like, okay, it's a good offer, but I think, it's a second round pick. Do I want and then the more I looked at it, it's like, this is a decent offer. I don't need to counter or anything. Like it was that offer. Then we went back and forth, does he want to make the trade or does he not? And then I said, okay, well, let me know if you want to. And we were just talking back and forth, and finally we decided, okay, let's go. So let's make it. So this was like, it was an easy trade because he made a really decent offer, and because and we both got the return that we got. So
Okay, this is where he's like, to his credit, he's using the assets he's been accumulating over the last 4 years or 3 years.
yeah,
So
and that's what I'm hoping to do in a couple of years, but it's too early for me to do that now.
yeah, I don't like. He's gonna have Celebrini. He's gonna have. I'm just worried that he's giving away a little more than what he should to maintain his teams. But
Well,
he's gonna have Marner for a long time.
and but he's gonna have Celebrini. Um,
Let's look at the
at
finances page.
true. Matthew Wood, Oliver Bonk, Theo Linston, and most importantly, Gabriel Eliason.
Yes, of course. He must have got him in a trade with Calgary
Yes. Yeah.
because
So
didn't Calgary get BPA'd?
yes, if we remember correctly. But he he's got a lot of futures on his team, right?
Yeah,
Still, he has Mason McTavish, Jake Neighbors, Joel Offer.
yeah, yeah.
Excuse me.
When you've been bad as long as he was, I guess.
Leo, he still has Leo Carlson
Yeah,
also. So he's got some futures.
yeah. You had
So
to send Leo Carlson down to stay under the cap. So, but oh, and Matt Sogard. It'll be
yes,
interesting to see what happens with Matt Sogard over the next few years.
if he can stay healthy,
Well, because next year, Matt Sogard can't be sent down without being claimed, right?
no, no, and he's got a one-way contract.
Well, and he's clearly been passed on the depth chart.
Oh, absolutely, he has.
So
Absolutely, he has. But it all depends. Will Ottawa take a chance of losing him um through waivers?
they're not like I don't know. Erlainen was great.
So
What's Forsberg? What happens to Forsberg this year? Is he UFA?
he's a UFA at the end of this year.
Yeah, he's gone. Like they're not going to re-sign him.
No.
And unless Sogard comes in and dominates in camp, he's going down. Like, or they
Well,
run with three goalies, but they're not going to run with three goalies.
no, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna like unless Sogard is awful, I think they're gonna keep him for the start of the season, send Maryline back because he's still on like early 20s as a goalie, so he needs games and wait and see how Sogard plays in the NHL. And then if he's awful, then they would have to make a decision. I think they're going to give themselves at least 10 games to work with
Oh, before they send him down?
before they make a decision to send him down or trade him or
Well,
just
if Boston picked up Yuri Patera, you'd have to think that Mad Sogard would get picked up.
well, I was listening to I can't remember which podcast, but another hockey podcast. I think it was Frank
Sarah Valley?
yes, and on his podcast. And one of the things that they mentioned is at the start of the season, all the teams love their players. And so if you put a guy through waivers, it's easier for the guy to go through because everybody's like, well, if I pick that guy up, I'm going to have to drop
I have to
somebody
drop
else.
somebody else.
And I don't want to drop the guy I have, so I'm going to keep my guy and want to see how he's going to do. And I think that's what happened last year with JBD. And but now at this time of the year, everybody is like, okay, I need a player, I need a goalie, I need a
Yeah,
defenseman, so they pick up these guys because it's free, right?
yeah.
Now you know what you've got. I
It's
thought
a
that was
trade without
interesting.
giving up any asset.
Exactly, you're acquiring a
I think
good
you have to
player.
pay like a nominal cash fee or something.
Exactly.
So
So like, and even got teams that don't are not making it to the NHL last year. Didn't Ottawa pick up Boris Kachuk on
yeah,
waivers?
yeah. And I thought even that was
He
an
was
interesting move. Gave the kid a chance to play every day and see what
he
you
was
got.
decent. He was
Yeah,
decent last year.
I was surprised that he didn't stick actually because I thought he played well for Ottawa.
Yeah.
But
So,
not saying that he wouldn't. I don't think he would have made the team this year though. So whatever. Okay. Did you watch the game last night? The Suns game?
yes, I did. Was
I
very
watched the
happy that
first period.
it the comeback. I was really happy with the comeback. Vanacek was standing on his head for the first period San Jose.
I thought Allmark looked good too
Yep, he
in
did.
the first period. Again, I only saw the first period.
Well, the 3 goals that San Jose scored were power play goals. So,
Okay.
and one was deflected twice in front of Allmark. So, and then another one went off of Sanderson's skate into the net.
Okay, you're not going to blame the goalie for those.
No, so I think he played really well. So it's a good sign for the Senators.
Yeah, well, if they make the playoffs, it will be off of him. Like he has to play high level NHL goaltending, or it's not going to happen. Like as much as I want it to. So, yeah. Okay. Do you see any trades coming in the DCHL? Any I'm putting you on the spot, but
I know. Well, there will be some trades. The question is, let's look at the standings,
okay.
because that's going to be the one thing that I think is going to tell us who's made trades and who hasn't, right? So if you look at the standings, go to wildcard, yeah. So Detroit just picked up a backup. Boston picked up
Well, and Detroit picked
Eberle.
up but hold on, because Detroit also picked up Brad Marchand.
See, I don't see that trade anywhere.
There it is on his lineup.
Like, when was that trade made?
I don't know.
Because we talked about that. You mentioned it.
Well, and Marchand played a game in Seattle. He played 3 games, but then 57 games for Detroit. Like he's been in Detroit all season. I just don't remember
that was a while
trade.
back. That was a while back then. Okay, I thought that was a trade within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I think that snuck by us because I don't know that we ever noticed.
No, I don't think we ever mentioned it or talked about it, and so and it's. I think we deserve a break here on missing a trade from Seattle.
Yeah, one of the few.
One of the few that Zach has made over the years, over the last month.
Well, and it was one of his wheeler dealer moves where he picks up a guy and then trades the guy the next day or whatever. So, because he played 1 game in Seattle, so he couldn't have had him for too long. But okay, so what do we want to see the standings here?
Yes, let's look at the standings and let's look at who's made trades and lately. So you've acquired somebody.
Let's go to the
Utah has.
Yeah, and I don't really consider my trade a huge.
But you've upgraded your defense and you take anybody off your roster.
I've upgraded it defensively.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like certainly my power play won't be as good, but
so Nashville still has a couple guys on his team.
Yeah.
If we look at the I think he still has a couple guys on his on the trade block here.
Oh. Do I have the trade block available? Let's go here.
Marcia So is on the block for Boston. There's a whole lot of value here in from Seattle.
Where's the trade block? There it is. Okay, there we go. Marchessault on the block. He's got to have some other deal on the works where he needs to free up the cap space.
Exactly.
So. And there's Tarasenko, 7.6. I don't know that somebody can make that work because Zach doesn't have retention.
No, he does not.
But Morgan Riley still there.
So that I'm surprised he still hasn't been traded because he's a top defenseman.
What's Morgan Riley's
I think he's
stats here?
about 5 million.
Let's look at Morgan Riley here. Because that's a guy that teams should be at 5 million. That's a reasonable
For 3 more
salary.
years.
Yeah. Well, 2 more after this year. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested if I could make it work.
So give him a call. Nick Jensen, he's
Nick
played
Jensen.
really well in Ottawa.
Yeah, I like the way he's played.
So 3 more years at 4.7.
7-1.
So, and I think with if the ratings have anything to do with it, his
Well,
rating should improve.
Let's look.
Ian is his last name.
Oh, well, if we just go that far, it'll pop up. So rated similarly to this year.
Wow.
Okay, no, don't look at the OV because it's calculated differently here.
Okay. But his defense is the same as this year?
It's 86,
Yeah, it's lower.
which is interesting because I think he's played really well defensively for Ottawa.
Yes. He's stabilized the defense. He's been an amazing partner for Shabbat.
Yeah. So
I'm shocked that his rating went down.
So and I'm surprised at his overall rating. Okay, because if I type in someone like who I think would be worse than him, Darren Radish. Okay, it is worse. What happened to what year is this? Whoa, something's got to be wrong here. Something's got to be wrong here. Maybe this is the problem. We're looking in the wrong year. Let's look.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So Darren, okay, I was looking in the wrong year. Okay.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay,
Jensen
so we'll
again.
look up Jensen here. But still, 83.
And went down again. Keeps going down. We need
Okay, rated 67. If I would rather have him than Darren Radish, who's rated the same, but his DF rating is awful.
Yeah.
But I would rather have Jensen than Radish.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
this will be one of those things that we talk about in next year's episode when we go over all the bitching about the ratings being fucked up.
But the Kings still have Fiala, Hamilton, Ullmark, and Ingram on the block, eh? Or did I see Ingram get traded?
Wait, did I do LA's ratings today? Oh no. Because I don't remember Fiala being on their rating sheet. Uh-oh. I may have work to do after this.
Mm.
No, he doesn't have Fiala. Interesting. Okay. Sorry.
And the Kings, the Leafs have some. Michael Bunting is interesting, I find.
Yeah, I actually looked at maybe trying to get Bunting. It was just a little too rich for my blood.
So I didn't reach out to Mark here, the Devils. I don't understand the posting that he wrote. If we can go there and ask him to clarify at one point. The Devils are dangling Nick Hague for another defenseman of similar age, salary, and potential.
So you're looking for Nick Hague.
So you're looking for Nick Hague. Okay.
Wait, I got something. I
Hague.
think there's a team actually trying to trade Nick Hague.
I just thought that was like, I read that and I'm like, okay, why would I
I guess he's
understand.
looking at the minus 13 that Nick Hague is doing on his lineup and saying, I need to get his ass out of here. I don't,
Maybe.
I don't know. Minus
Yeah.
13 on New Jersey's team, a minus 13 has got to be the worst.
Yes.
Like, let's look here. Yeah, there it is. Minus 13. Wow. That is pretty
By a
bad
lot.
for a team that's plus 75.
So
That might be worse than anybody on my team. I gotta look. Maybe I have somebody that I could trade him. There we go. Oh no, wait, we want to look at the player stats. Do I have anybody? My worst is Uri Slavkovsky at minus 7.
trade the bum.
Yeah, trade him out here. That's right. For Nick Hague. Give me Nick
For Nick
Hague
Hague.
for Uri Slavkovsky.
He'd do the trade, but he's not a defenseman.
Oh well. Sorry. Sorry, can't do it then.
So, and then we have Anaheim with Chariot, Krug, Miller, and Bean. If you're looking for a defenseman for the playoffs. Another one that what I found interesting is Nick Schmaltz being on a trading block from the Rangers.
See, I know some of these guys, it's the contracts they have that you just can't do it.
Mm-hmm. And the Oilers are listing
Like,
on offers
4 years
for,
at $6 million for Nick Schmaltz. Like,
Yeah.
maybe?
remember, salary cap is going up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. But because I remember looking at a few of these going, okay, I'm looking for a defenseman, but Nick Schmaltz is a winger, right?
Yeah,
6 million for a guy who's,
average.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I could do that one. Who else are we looking at here?
Easton Cowan is on the block.
That's Nashville, right?
The Oilers.
Oh, why would he be trading Easton Cowan?
I don't know.
That'll be under his futures. Wow.
So,
I guess if there's a Leaf fan in the league, they'll snap him up because nobody talks better about Easton Cowan than the Leafs media here.
so is there a Leaf fan in the league? No, I'm just
I
now
think
that you
there
mention
is. I'm trying to remember who I thought it was. Because there was one guy that I was like, oh, I think he might be a Leaf fan. Let me look at the roster of GMs and I'll see if it jots my memory here. Okay. Trevor D
Trevor
from
D.
Detroit. I think he might be a Leafs fan.
Poor guy. Sucks to be him.
Yeah, I thought he might be. If there is one, it's him. And I have nothing to base that on other than
That's
just,
weird because usually there's so many.
and
in
they're
leagues
so
all the time.
open about it.
Yeah.
They're so open about it. Oh, that's partly because I just live in the GTA or just north of Toronto, and so sick of it. Okay, I don't know. Is there anything else?
I think we've gone through the trades, the potential trades, and who's on the block. I think we don't have a lot more to add.
Okay, well, there won't be a show next week with me. I don't know if you can
Really?
wrangle up people to run a show, but
Yeah, so it's okay. I'll just start to put it all together and
well,
get us lined up,
I
get us on
I would suggest to you
YouTube.
that there are guys that know even more than me,
Well,
which
There-
is basically
there-
just how to do a
there's
Zoom
a
call.
guarantee that there are guys that know more than me.
Well, so like I always do one on the deadline day, but I have morning workout at like 5:30 on the next day, every day for like a week. I ain't staying up late to do no trade deadline stuff. Like it's bed for 8:30 for me.
Do you want to do one on the Saturday? Or are you still gonna be working?
I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida until I think we get back like on the 14th at like 3 in the morning.
Okay. So
I'll be asleep all day
we'll-
on the Friday.
we'll put it out there. If somebody wants to do a show, I'd be willing to be a prop
Cool.
for somebody
Yeah,
and co-host.
I would on the Friday.
Yeah, on the Friday, yeah.
You mean the 7th?
On the 7th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If
Cool.
I'll put it out there. I don't know how to do anything but talk.
Well, I can give
And
passwords or whatever to our Zoom account or our YouTube account if people need to run out of it. But it would have to be someone I really trust. Because,
no, I understand.
it's our YouTube account.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to run it, I'd love to see a show. Like I'd love to watch one in Florida.
Yeah.
Because there won't be a whole lot of hockey stuff to watch in Florida while I'm there.
Yeah. Maybe if Kalen wants to do a show, or Ian, Mark,
Galen and Trevor might they know how to do
Mark's
podcasts.
Trevor, yeah, Trevor, Mark Stefanelli, we're so
Well, and Gelato does this like as a thing. Like he's got his own and
Yes.
fired up sports, man. Mark Ramos.
Mark Ramos. Well, I think Mark Ramos is going to be busy talking about the Flyers trade deadline.
Screw that. Our podcast has like 33 followers.
Remember, we said we want to be able to do this and make money. He's already doing it.
He's doing this and making money. Yeah, he's living the dream, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have anything really to add today. Thanks again to Trevor and Kalen for making that three-way happen. And I believe it was Trevor that wanted to be in the middle. So
I know you have not joined the wrong show. We are talking about hockey.
Yeah.
Simply.
Yeah.
Talking about hockey.
So okay. Maybe
have a good evening,
2
boys.
weeks or so. 2 weeks.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Let me know when you're back.
Okay.